Greetings and welcome to Drama in the Dirt's Meet the Digger. This week we have Mr. Craig Talley. Craig is the administrator of Hardcore Metal Detecting YouTube channel and also a podcast, Hardcore Metal Detecting. I will share those two links with you on the Facebook post. We're glad to have him with us. Craig, you'll see in his short bio that he's been detecting for quite a few years. Craig has been detecting since 1986, so he has accumulated a vast amount of knowledge on metal detecting finds, metal detectors, and anything related to the hobby he is very knowledgeable on. So we are glad to have you on, Craig. We appreciate you taking time to share with us. I'll be sharing a little clip from the radio podcast, then also a YouTube video of him metal detecting. So again, we appreciate you all being with us. If you would like to appear on Meet the Digger, you can message me on Facebook. I thank you so very much. Craig sent us a little history of his detecting pilgrimage. He says, I started in 1986 with a Tesoro. I am the co-host of Hardcore Metal Detecting Podcast for 5 years. Then he has a YouTube channel, Craig Talley Hardcore Metal Detecting, since 2011. He mentions I have a battlefield yard in Middletown, Virginia. That his detectors are the Bliss Tool, V6, XP Deus, and MindLab, Equinox 800. We will get to some of his favorite finds. In the showroom, you'll see a 1682 8 reals Cobb, 2 cut reals, Alabama Volunteer Militia, and a 1660-1685 King Charles cufflink, 2 heart for a Mary King. All right, Craig, thank you for sharing that.
Well, I was telling the guy, Mark, I said, I've been digging this spot here for 2 or 3 days now, and I've dug at least 100 holes, and they're going to bulldoze this whole property, but do you see any holes? And the guy goes, I said, I even, I don't leave holes even if they're going to, no matter what, even on the construction site, I always kick the dirt back in the hole, and stomped it down, But it only takes a couple seconds to do that,
Right.
And it's the same, cutting plugs, and being careful. I didn't want, anybody to see holes from the street or anything. It just, it makes a bad hobby, makes the hobby bad, And I think if everybody did that, then you might not have as much problem. I've actually been to sites where, a guy came out, after he gave me permission to, because he was worried about us, and I was showing him some of the stuff, and I saw the guy looking all around, and he goes, well, I don't see where you dug. And I said, well, I try to, I said, well, I can actually show you, you can see the splits where I cut the grass, but I cut a plug, and,
Right.
And he goes, oh, I didn't know. I was, he said, I was thinking, you're going to use this big shovel and dig this big hole down in the ground, and, I was kind of worried, And I said, well, yeah, I know. I said, I don't do that except in the woods, maybe, Been hunting for about 2 hours, and finally got a decent target. I got a coin. I can't even tell how clear it is because it's so dark. Been getting rain off and on today. The ground's nice and wet. All right. I'll wash it off and show what it got. A little bit more. I think it's a flying eagle scent. I thought I saw 1857. So thick. I thought it was thicker. I wasn't really paying attention to the meter much. I just thought I heard a good tone. But yeah, I've got to clean it up a little bit more. All right, that's pretty wild. Looks pretty good now. I'm still going to clean it a little bit more, but it's
It's nice, 1857. Fine fatty. Hey, over the years, I've found probably 20 flying eagle scents, and this one I found in my yard was unusual because when I started to clean it, I realized it had a layer of clay on it, and it seems like a lot of artifacts and coins I've dug in this area have this yellowish white clay that's almost like concrete, and I used most of the flying eagle scents I've dug over the years, you know, aren't that great. It's a Cooper nickel alloy, and it doesn't usually do that great in the ground, but the clay seemed to have protected this this coin, and I've seen it on eagle buttons and other buttons, and it keeps a nice patina on it once you get it off, but it's kind of hard to get off, and it took me several days of brushing it with a tooth brush, and you know, looking at it, and I didn't take all the clay off because I found that some of it highlighted the date and some of the details, but this is the best flying eagle scent I've ever dug as far as details on it, and I've been lucky, you know. The Civil War soldiers were paid in flying eagle scents and fatties and trimes and half dimes and, you know, seat at Liberty coins and even, you know, gold coins early in the war. And a lot of the camps I dug down in Stafford County and Fredericksburg were 1862 winter camps into 1863 that the Union Army camped for the whole winter after the Battle of Fredericksburg. So I, you know, found lots of those kind of coins over the years. So yeah, it's a lot of people. It's flying eagle scent's a bucket list coin, but for me it wasn't. One of the techniques I've been using on copper coins and on this coin here was clean it with peroxide for several days to get, you know, lift the dirt off and get some of the corrosion off. And but if you just leave it, you know, after you dry it and you leave it out in the air, it starts turning green and stuff. So I put a thick coating of this Renaissance wax over it and let it dry for a day or two, and then I brush it, and it actually tends to bring out the highlights. But this is the type of the British Royal Museum uses this on their artifacts. It's fairly expensive, but I see a lot of people using it. So it really works good. Alrighty, there's another picture of my flying eagle scent.